Word to the wise: if you ever have a long flight, do not eat any solid food 24 to 48 hours in advance. Why do I say this? Because I am quite accustomed to having really long flights. I'm talking about between 20 and 30 hours total, including layovers. And today it's about 25, 26 hours. And it's not even to Thailand. This is all just to China. From there, I'll be staying for a day. Then I'm gonna head over to Thailand. So, including layovers, I've got a 24-hour. Now, I've fly to Qatar to Doha before from Canada, and so I'm used to these flights being really long. With the layover and everything being 20 plus hours, right? And in the past, I wasn't so conscious of how food affects you, how it affects your energy, how it affects your state of being and your comfort in the moment. And so my worst nightmare in those long flights was the food, bathroom, farting, getting all gassy situation. That was like the worst thing. It was just the worst thing. Because I'd eat all this food before leaving because I want to have the energy, because that's the how I was programmed. And then I would eat throughout. I would eat on the layovers. I would eat on the plane. I'd be eating basically, and I'd get gassy. I'd like hold up my farts because I don't really want to bother the other passengers and everything. And it was just like my worst nightmare in those long flights. The aftermath of eating, let's say, the gas, the wanting to take a shit, but then like you're in such an uncomfortable place. You know what I mean? You're in such an uncomfortable place, and the food that I was eating wasn't even like good food. If you're eating like airline food, and if you're eating like just whatever, you see the food they have here in the airport on the layover. It's quite a situation. So this time I said, you know what? I am not eating anything solid for 48 hours in advance. So I just stuck to juices. And I'm about 48 hours in right now with no solid foods. And I've got another 16 hours to go out of the 25. So still in the earlier stages of the whole first part of the trip anyway. This is all from Canada all the way to Beijing. It's about 25 hours. So there was some delays and everything too. So the layover is longer. So I'm about what? So I got another 16 hours. So I'm about 9 hours in, 9 hours in. I feel really good. I'm not gassy. I'm not farty. I'm comfortable. I'm really comfortable. And I'll probably eat some of the airline food. If they have a vegetarian meal, I'll probably eat. But here's the thing. Because I haven't eaten solid food in so long, a meal takes about 13 to 24 hours to digest, right? Because I haven't eaten solid foods in quite some time now, right? So even when I do get on the plane and I eat, I'll be maybe 10 hours away from the hotel. So at that point, even if I eat the food on the plane, it's not going to cause me a lot of discomfort. You see, because we'll be about 10 hours away from the hotel, and I'm staying the night. I got the night, I got the next morning, so I could just kind of chill, relax, use the bathroom if I want to use the bathroom, and then go on again. Then no solid foods because I've got to go the next day. Also, I've got to make it all the way to the islands. So, but that's not as long as 24 hours. That's a lot less. But still, if you have a long flight, honestly, word to the wise.
Attention s'il vous plaît, n'hésitez pas saluer le vol Air China 880 qui arrive à bord de l'Air Canada et dans les temps d'embarquement de l'Air Canada. Je répète seulement eux qui arrivent à bord de l'Air Canada et dans les temps d'embarquement de l'Air Canada. Vous êtes présenté à la porte 53.
Yeah, word to the wise. 24 to 48 hours of no solid foods the day before, or the day or the 2 days before, and then go into the plane. Now, if you decide to eat something in the plane, something solid, at least if let's say you have 24 hours overall, at least you spent the majority of the time before cleaning yourself up, first of all, so that you're not uncomfortable, and second of all, you spent half of that time at least not eating anything solid, not being, because food, really, solid food is an obstruction. It causes a lot of obstructions, and you want the minimum amount of obstructions when you're traveling, when you have like long flights and layovers, because like you're not in a comfortable environment. It's noisy, like it's stressful, right? You're not in a comfortable environment, so you want to minimize the amount of obstructions that are happening in your body. I see everybody here is eating, and I know exactly what's going on. I've been there. I've been there before. Especially if you're eating like, the conventional food. Like all these people are gonna end up on the plane. First of all, I'm gonna be smelling some bad farts from some people, but a lot of these people will hold their farts in, okay, as to not disturb the other passengers, and even the ones that are letting some of their farts out, some of the nasty smells that I'm sure to be smelling on this upcoming flight, because it's a 14-hour flight. Okay, but still, mostly everybody's to some extent going to be holding in some farts, and they're going to be uncomfortable with what they eat, with what they ate in the digestive process, and I can already tell some will go to the bathroom, try to take a shit, but won't be able to take a shit. It's a small ass bathroom, and it's like really uncomfortable, and it just kind of, it's not the most lucrative place to be at one with the waste products that are coming out of the other end. Okay, so it's quite discomfortable. It's a lot of uncomfort if you're not if you're not taking into account, if you're not either eating very little solid food or none at all, really. So even when I do eat the airplane thing, obviously it's only going to be the vegetarian option. I'll probably just eat a little bit. I won't eat the whole thing. I'll probably, if they have a salad, I'll eat the salad. Sometimes they have like a plate of fruits, I'll eat the plate of fruits. If they have a salad, so even then, if I do eat the airline food, it'll be very little. And I have not eaten now in like 48 hours. By the time the airplane food comes, it'll probably be like 55 hours of no solid food. So I feel really good. This is something, honestly, this alone makes a huge difference. Like, this is the most relaxed, most comfortable I've ever been in the airport, in these long stretches, in these long plane rides and long layovers. This is the most comfortable I've been. Most energetic, most comfortable I've been. So make sure, keep that in mind. If you've got something coming up, if you're gonna travel, if you got something long flight, even if it's not that long, even if it's like 12 hours, right? Don't eat for like 24 hours before, and then get on the plane. If you want to eat the plane food, eat it. They'll serve it to you maybe halfway through, right? So you haven't ate for 24 hours, another 6, it won't bother you that much. So I really recommend it. If you're traveling, just do at least a 24-hour no solid food before. Highly recommend it. I'm talking from experience here. Like I said, it's the most comfortable I've been. This is the most comfortable I've been due to this factor alone. Okay. So yeah, I really feel bad for all these people that are eating here, because I know the movie. I know what's gonna happen. I know. I've been there. Okay, I've been there, but it's ignorance, right? When we don't know something, like when I was not setting up this situation in the proper way, I was ignorant, and therefore, I was suffering in many ways. It really is. You ever been on long flights and you experience indigestion or, like a backed up system? Not pleasant at all. And the other thing, if you do actually not even eat and you just fast your way through, which I might do. Honestly, I might just fast my way through until I'm like in Beijing. Then I can maybe grab a meal there. The nice thing is you will fare better with the jet lag because your body requires less energy to digest food, right? So you'll be able to adjust yourself better. You'll be able to catch up on sleep better because you're not needing as much sleep to digest the food. So when you do settle in and you're, trying to establish yourself in a new system, it'll take less time, less energy to accomplish that. Okay, you see, because you didn't ingest all this food that needs all this energy to be digested. So for that alone, I might not eat on the plane. I might not eat until Beijing. If I do, it'll be very little. If I do eat, it'll be very little. Okay? So, yeah, thank you to all the Patreons for supporting. And if you want to make a one-time donation, the link is in the description. You could do it on PayPal as well. Love you guys. And I will see you in the next video.